today.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a matter of, who's winning what maps for us to get there. I think one Myst, not the best performance on stream earlier. I think they had, or apologies, I am losing my mind. They they had a good performance, but they just weren't able to beat Omit Brooklyn. Like, that's saying a lot. Like, there's no teams that can beat Omit Brooklyn so far this season, right? So I think they have, had the stronger showing, at least that I've seen so far this season. So I'm curious to see. I'm curious to get your, you go first this time with your prediction. I'm curious who you got on this one.
That's a great question. Houston Spartans, they show a lot of promise. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Icons. Sorry, not Icons. One Myst. What am I talking about? One Myst gave Timor it's been a long day. Gave Omit Brooklyn a really good run for their money on Blackheart Hardpoint. It's the highest scoring game that we've had today, or close to it. My apologies. I think I'm going to take one Myst. I think it's going to be a 3-1 for one Myst.
All right. Just to make it different, I was going to say 3-1, one Myst as well. I'll say 3-0. I'll get that extra ballsy prediction out there. Houston Spartans, though, getting it kicked off well. They get a good couple of kills on P1. Elixir, Echo, Massacre, and Paulo rounding out that roster. We've gotten a couple of looks this season so far at each of these teams on stream, and I think so far, it's hard to say. I don't think they've played each other yet, so I think this is really going to answer all the questions for rounding out the middle of the pack a little bit more. Obviously, still very early in not even just this season, but this title, so plenty more of COD to play in all manner of speaking, but this P1, pretty dicey off the rip. It's a matter of can Sunset leak on through. Not able to, so it's down to Sparky and Hunt to claim the spawns for P2. They're on that long wrap. Can Paulo stay alive? Here is the question. Big gunfight in the back to try to find this time, and will be able to clean up that player, but the rest of the team falls around them. So Paulo gets aggressive on the other end, is able to find another one. So much time right now out of just Paulo. Great solo performance, looking for another one. 4 out of Paulo. And it's Houston Spartans that still can't offer any support. Finally cleared out of there as one Myst convert on the rest of that map control. But Paulo gets him, it felt like 15 seconds all by his lonesome.
Yeah, that was filth. That was utter filth. That's the only word I can use for it. And he's back at it again. He is going to get, sorry, that was Echo. He's going to get picked up. Big stun is going to connect back there on Elixir, I believe. I've never seen that wall hop used, and that can definitely cause some problems for sure. Elixir going to get in and active, going to be able to find a couple. Massacre going to be able to find one of his own. Sunset going to be able to find Echo in the background. But things are shifting over here to P3. One Myst is going to be able to get that initial Zerks, soaking that time. Hunt looking for this player in the back, not able to find them. Elixir is going to... I'm very confused on what's happening right now, actually. I don't know if my brain is just fried from today or what, but there are just trades everywhere. Elixir is going to get tagged up. No trade in sight. As I say that, Paulo is going to be able to find Sunset, but one Myst managed to break into the point, not able to clear it, though. And Houston Spartans start to roll tide here as they are slowly gaining, getting closer to the win, which inevitably is where we're going to end up.
Closer and closer to the win is all that they're hoping for right now. Houston Spartans maintaining this 30-point lead for now. There's a big P2 off of one Myst despite the efforts of Paulo. It was able to punch one Myst back into this so far. If we head over to P4, generally a lot of contest fests, a lot of pretty mixy hills so far. Welcome to Blackheart, ladies and gentlemen. It's like this all the time. It feels like a map that's either 250 to 100 or 250 to 245 at all times.
Yeah, and Paulo is putting in work right now. 11-7. One of 2 positive players on Houston Spartans, and he is trying. This kid is teed. Echo going to be locking down point with the help of Massacre. These steps are what you're going to be want to be watching. Paulo going to be able to clear that player off of steps on that side walkway. Sparky going going to be hitting steps here. Paulo gets the read, going to be able to tag that player up, not going to be able to find him. Paulo does get taken out, and one miss managed to break into the point, only for a second, though, as Massacre is there to shut down Hunt. Zerks rotating all the way to that back tin to get that new spawn in. Paulo once again just flying.
Yeah, great performance from a lot of players so far, but the main ones, Paulo and Sunset, the standouts for each of their sides so far. 50-point lead for Houston Spartans heading into this P5. And look at the prioritization. How does number 5 spawn there with Echo in the back? That is wild.
Yeah, you know, sticky spawns.
Sticky indeed on this P5.
Oh my goodness, great shots there out of Hunt. Is he going to be able to find a second? Yes, he is. He needs help from his team, though. And Sunset is spawning in Narnia. Oh my goodness, Lion Witch in the wardrobe type. Here comes Massacre through this P1. Going to be trying to hit mid. Hunt in a perfect position to play the cutoff. 2 players coming to this wall run here. One gets picked up, but another one comes for the reinforcements. Echo going to be able to find that one. Sparky doing his best. Going to be able to find some tags onto Echo. Echo trying to find this kill. Not able to do it quite yet. Big trades. Battle of the trades right now, as this 40-point lead still remains a little less than 40 points, but damn close. I think it's 34, and we're going to be at 40 once again. Sparky, however, manages to find 2. Paulo, once again, the last man standing. Sunset able to clean that up, and one Myst able to stabilize a little bit here on this P1 and collect some time. Massacre going to find some good shots. Not going to be able to find the kill, though. Zerks is going to be good for 2. Sparky knows this player is in Dub's room. Manages to find him. A little bit of windy shots there, but it's definitely a tough gunfight to win. Sunset going to tuck himself away in this corner. Just tuck him to bed. Big contest in. Big shots from Sunset. Not able to find that kill. The contestant now coming in from the other side. Sparky going to be able to find that one, but that is all he's going to be able to find as the time once again goes to Houston Spartans trying to maintain this 40-point lead. Once again, it's going to be close.
Yeah, this map has just been back and forth, but consistently it's been Houston Spartans with that buffer that they got off of the first couple of hills maintaining. I mean, it's been around 40 points for a while now. It just feels like one Myst need just that one hill to really launch into orbit here. But once again, it's this P2 that's causing problems for both teams right now. As Zerks able to get in through the front end, quickly shut down though. So Houston Spartans with all the spawns they could ever ask for. Sparky looking to put a dent in that for a moment though. Will catch a timing on a number 2. Echo shoots the air though. Will at least clean out one. Does finally clean up the second one as well. A little bit of a whiff. And it turns into an opportunity as Sparky will flip it back. 30 seconds still ready to go here on this P2.
Yeah, they're just trying to get it within striking distance for this P3. Paulo locking down mid. 2 players in there. Paulo gets shut down without finding a kill, and that's going to be 3 untraded kills. Oh my goodness, make it 4 for the side of one Myst as Zerks with the knife out hits the switch, but Paulo able to finally answer that rain of blue that was coming in the kill feed. This is going to be a massive rotation. One Myst doing their best. Paulo just absolutely frying still. 26 and 14. This guy has not taken his foot off the gas. On the other side, though, Sparky starting to wake up. Sunset falling a bit of sleep here. 20 and 18. And this time has gone uncontested for far too long. Paulo just ripping. Good Lord.
It just continues time in and out. 70-point lead now and building for the side of Houston Spartans. Feels like one Myst. They've got to find something here soon. They can't let this get any larger.
Yeah, and this is around the time that I feel like they lost gas against Omen Brook. And it seems to be the same here as well. Elixir manages to turn, not able to find that kill though. Massacre not able to find anything. Elixir does get traded out. Sorry, not Elixir. Hunt, I believe. Sparky got traded out there on old, so not going to be able to get those 2 seconds of scrap. Sunset in a battle for his life on this with this player on the stairs. He is going to fall. Echo, the last man standing, able to find it, and the spawns come in for the side of Houston Spartans. Echo does get traded out, and a little bit of blue time here isn't the end of the world. Paulo Going to be able to find one, not going to be able to find the second. The pistol shots were clean, but not enough. Zerk's locking things down, playing Ring Around the Rosie with Sparky, and one Myst, making a bit of a comeback here. The only question is it too little, too late? Zerk's going to be able to find that one, not able to find the second. Paulo going to fall.
Time. Sparky winning that one against Massacre is so massive. And they spawn flip and they know it. They see the tag on old. 30 seconds, all Houston Spartans need, but one Myst. Looking to hold firm. This P5 is a great spot to try to build time, but not without spawn control as Houston Spartans pick that up. Now they're the team looking to close out this map 1.
Yeah, and that trophy is just so unfortunate. It does so much damage to you. Massacre is going to fall. A couple of trades going back and forth. Sparky and Zerks are going to fall. Hunt going to be able to find that one on the player on time. 2 minutes still on the clock, but only 17 seconds needed to win this game. Sparky doing his best, not going to be able to find that as there are 2 players just aimed right at him. Massacre somehow gets some clean shots through the box. Don't know how that happened. Massacre causing a massacre currently as he finds 2 off the wall hop. And ladies and gentlemen, Houston Spartans take map 1. I don't really know what just happened. One Myst. Maybe they just weren't warm? There was a bit of a wait between games? I don't really know.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Houston Spartans, they stand firm and they find that map 1. I mean, they felt like they were in the driver's seat the whole time. I think that's one of the few sort of middling Blackheart hardpoints you'll see. I mean, you know, generally it's a map that teams like to specialize in. You don't get the same sort of mileage practicing Blackheart as you do with a Den, an Exposure, a Scar, even technically a Colossus, even though no one plays Colossus Search. But yeah, I mean, I think we do see a little bit more of that, you know, specificity come out here. I think it was a map we saw one Myst try to go to against Omit, and it didn't quite work. It doesn't work out here either. I mean, Houston Spartans just playing better on the rotation, playing better towards new a lot of the time, and that's what finds them a lot of those opportunities. They're just able to stand firm, and they don't really, you know, they never really had to find any massive breaks.
Yeah, that's super duper true. On top of that, having Paulo go, 31 and 20, that doesn't hurt whatsoever. Having him soak 15 seconds of time on his own in a 1v4 on P2, that definitely helps. Obviously, disparity is a little bigger than 15 seconds, but it's definitely a checkout for one Myst for that to happen. But yeah, all in all, I think that was a great map. It really sort of shows that it doesn't always get away from you, if that makes sense, especially on Blackheart. Blackheart, it's a super momentum heavy map, but 160 to 250, not the worst scoreline in the world. However, I've been yapping for far too long. We are getting into this S&D. We've seen it, 3 times tonight, I think.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot, that's for sure.
I'm interested to see if we see anything different. Echo going on a bit of a getting a good core workout here as he crawls to this corner. He is going to big wins from the side of Houston Spartans. Echo is going to fall. Massacre looking for the trade, but Hunt right there. Hollow left up in a 1v2, and he is also going to fall. One Myst. Yeah, that was an interesting round.
I can't say I'm a huge fan of the play there from Massacre to try to, I mean, just overextending a little bit to get that trade. I understand the urge. I understand, you know, wanting to keep that numbers advantage alive. But when you've got the bomb in that situation, you cannot afford to try to make a chow like that happen, especially with no tag from your teammate. So, again, just a small mistake, and it is what cost Houston Spartans that first search and destroy round. One Myst. 3 from Zerks is a great way to start it off, but you're hoping for a little bit more from the rest of your roster. Obviously, some of them may not have had great opportunities, but now heading on offense, now's your time.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Paulo going to open up there with a big one onto Hunt. Massacre finds tags through the chaos. I didn't even see that player, and he tagged him, and I have outlines. Zerks looking for this flank. This is exactly what Slane should have been doing. Zerk's able to find that one. Currently sitting 4-0. Maybe looking for some streaks here. However, mid is currently safeguarded by... Is that Elixir? I believe so. Paulo? So someone with the sniz. Might be Echo. Cirque's trying to find something. Does get into a great position here. Looking for that player top green. Not going to be able to find him, but could grab a good timing onto Paulo. That's exactly what happens. There is a player. Oh my goodness, if Zerk found that, would have gone ballistic. 1v1, and oh my god. Just absolute beams for Myst to take a 2-round lead.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to get your first 2 on the board there. If you're Sunset, you pick up the trade, and then you rip down that sniper. I mean, I don't think I've seen a sniper get sat down that hard in a hot minute. And that was a great shot there. I mean, again, that top green, such a powerful position for those snipers, but it's just so common that you know exactly where that head's going to be. And we see Myst, I mean, a much better look here on map 2 compared to that Blackheart. I think Scar and that pace of play really favoring them right now. For sure.
Myst is definitely in the driver's seat here. However, very little presence towards this A site. Sunset is going to get tagged up there. Finds tags in return. Does get naded by Paulo, however. Big tags from Paulo there. Not going to be able to find the full kill. Sparky is going to be able to find a trade. Sparky finds another, and that's going to be Bomb. And Bomb is in such a bad position for Paulo and Echo. Echo is on the flank of a Century right now. Manages to find that one, opening up a lot of space for Paulo there, just making them tweak. Paulo's going to be able to find Sparky, leaving Echo in a... Sorry, not Echo. Someone else in a 1v2, and they are going to fall.
Yeah, that's a massive flank out of Echo. It's Paulo that converts on a lot of those kills, and don't get me wrong, they did plenty that round to deserve praise, but that long wrap really what felt like it put that round into the realm of possibility. I think if you're both hitting from the front 2 versus 3, generally, especially towards Motel, that does not go well. But Paulo with a great round to pair off of that big flank is now an opportunity for Houston Spartans to tie us up. Paulo on this 3 streak could look to get closer and closer to that Hellstorm as well.
Yeah, it definitely could. And Paulo is on a bit of a roll here. 6-2. It's a pretty good score line for being 3 rounds in, two kills around. Echo going to be able to find that opener onto Sparky. Finally seeing some action out of the sniper. Sparky is going to be the first one to fall, leaving his team up in a 3v4. Bomb is in the hands of...
Yeah, Zerx has got it right now, but down numbers on this map is so difficult. Again, I say it so many times, but that B is essentially, not literally, but essentially off limits in the early round. We see a lot of these late rounds, they start thinking about it. Looks like that's where they're regrouping right now, but Paulo top window and Echo top green are the duo that'll shut you down every day of the week. That drops the bomb with only 25 seconds left. Myst very much on the outside looking in here. I mean, they got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, and a lot of players to go through as well. A 2v4 is not ideal in this scenario, but Paulo is going to get taken out. The trade is in there, though. Sunset is going to fall, and Massacre's also going to fall. Elixir's going to fall. This is all of a sudden doable.
There's no time to plant. So, okay, Hunt's no way they find this kill. Surely.
No.
Yeah, okay. That got crazy, though, for a second.
Yeah, that was, if he had had a little more time, like maybe an extra 10 seconds, that was winnable for sure.
Yeah, now though, I mean, Myst with a great response on the board, or apologies, Houston Spartans with a great response in a couple of rounds in a row. Echo on a 3 streak right now. Again, looking to build towards streaks, but 2-2 dead locked up. Hunt on a 3 streak of their own, looking to make an impact here towards mid. Looks like a spread slow look here so far from Houston Spartans.
And Hunt just trying to bait out that sniper shot, get some intel. Not going to be able to find anything. However, he has tucked up. Oh, but the timing is horrendous for him. Oh my goodness. Not able to find a thing. He's in a great spot though. Just lurking.
Oh, slow
a little
on
bit
it,
of
though.
a delayed reaction though. I don't know what that was.
Just fell asleep on the angle.
Sparky's going to be able to find one on the back. Yeah, got a little too comfortable. Goes through market. Does spot the legs of that player that planted. Not going to be able to find anything else. Massacre opting to go top green. He hears him. He sees him. He wins it, but the trade is in.
Yeah, that's a good trade. A great first shot there to find, but the player bottom stairs able to clean that one up. As now, I mean, we see the first... Well, I mean, we've seen plenty of 1-round, 2-round advantages so far. It feels like nothing more than a 3-round lead really feels comfortable so far in this series, but I don't know. This is such a tumultuous map. Houston Spartans with a big roar of life once again as they take the lead right back after that tie game. But, I mean, it feels like that Paulo magic has worn off a little bit. Still a great performance nonetheless, but the rest of the team needs to step it up a little bit.
Yeah, 7-4, and Sparky's taking the route of a lifetime. Nobody looking at market right now. Info on Paulo has been received. Oh, Sparky gives away his position a little too soon. Tags are in from Paulo. This guy knows every trick in the book. Sunset going to be able to find the first one on an Echo with that sniper. Somehow, Zerx finds that one. Sparky able to find Massacre. Elixir left up in a 1v4, 16 health remaining. Has to run for his life to be. And we are now sitting in a 1v3. Elixir top green, looking for anything. Does manage to spot a player out there, but the intel is known on where he's at now. Elixir having to rotate, got to chow this player. Sparky not giving him anything, just throwing shoulders.
Yeah, and then the double.
That was a textbook hold.
Yeah, fantastic there out of one Myst. They easily tie it back up at 3. It feels like the crux of that round, though, is that sort of awkward 1-versus-1 we saw. I would have thought 100% of the time that it was, I believe, Massacre would have got that one, but Zerx just nearly able to win that gunfight. That's just what turns it from a 3v1 to a 2v2, right? I mean, those are the things that you look back on in an S&D. It's the small minutia of it that really comes back to bite a lot of these teams. Is now, just look at these scoreboards. It's so even through and through this game. One Myst a little bit better, but that hasn't converted to the scores on the board just yet. Big kill towards that other side. Echo finds the opener. Elixir just holding that space. Catches that wrapping player as it's sunset. All of a sudden, 1-versus-4. Houston Spartans poised to find their 4th.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for Sunset. 1v3, able to find one, but not able to find anything else.
Yeah, good cleanup there. Houston Spartans again. I talk about that tempo. This time, it's a little bit reversed. The offense has come to life a lot. About halfway through it, turned on a dial. And these teams, again, it feels like they've sort of gotten to the later stages. This is what you're excited for in these S&Ds when teams start finding counters to the counters. As once again, Paulo finding a kill and being that standout player on Houston Spartans. One Myst.
8 and 5.
Apologies, go ahead.
8 and 5 is just it's no crazy stat line, but if you look at his team, he's doing most of the work here. If you look over at the side of one Myst, it's pretty evenly spread. 6s, 5, and a 4. It's not too crazy. Massacre is going to get tagged up there, but Sparky not able to find anything from that as he is going to fall. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know what I just watched.
I thought Hunt shot him through the wall. Never mind. Elixir doing his best to find this player. They are going to fall. Sunset going to be able to find the first. Not going to be able to find anything else. And Houston Spartans take us to a match point.
Yeah, big couple of rounds in a row there from Houston Spartans. They got to be really careful, though. One Myst have shown they can stack up rounds just like that. So they are not out of the woods just yet on this map number 2. But if they're able to find just one more round, a 2 map lead in this series feels just incredible. I mean, you know, the map 1, not the tightest affair, especially if Houston are able to find this round. You know, map 2, maybe not the tightest either, but a lot of how these maps have played out is through the stretch, they are very close.
Yeah. They are. And this map, 5-3 curse could be in effect. Echo finds some tags. Not going to be able to find anything with that Semtex, but Massacre is there for the cleanup. Elixir going to be able to find one, and the collapse is in 1v4. And one Myst are going to fall. Both of our pick'ems were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston Spartans looking really good.
Oh, they're looking great. I mean, I don't want to put down one Myst. Like I said, I mean, I'll stand by it. I think throughout the majority of these maps, it's been very tight. But we see Paulo there right at the end, launching into orbit. I mean, doubling up most of the team and most of the enemies as well. I mean, that's just a fantastic map out of Paulo. We saw it from the start all the way to the finish. So it just feels like near the end of these maps, Houston Spartans are just grabbing it right when they need to.
Yeah. Foot to the floor in that round 5, even in the round 4. They did fantastic work there. Go down 2 early and just managed to bounce back and won, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, and then closed it out with the other 2. Great stuff out of them. Coming up next, we have another Scar. It's going to be a Scar Overload. Hopefully one Myst can make it happen here. They can steal 1, steal 2 maybe, and then take us to that map 5. Frankly, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't want to root against one Myst, but just the way that Houston Spartans are playing, they're playing like a well-oiled machine right now. But yeah, I'm stoked for this map to start. I think we're going to throw it to a short break while we get all that set up. And yeah, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be hopping in a little late. Our observer got a scan and repair as we were loading in, unfortunately. But hopping on board here with Elixir as he is just putting in the work in this top blue. Zerx is able to find a couple as well. Looks like one Myst are looking to come alive here. The EMP is somewhere.
Yeah, it's stuck back towards mid. Now, I mean, it's going to reset back towards true mid. I mean, this is a map where, again, it's kind of hard to get things going offensively. But it's towards this south side where you hope to. You get in behind the 18-wheelers, and that's an easy way to hold on to your spawns. It'll be a first point on the board for one Myst. A great way to start this Overload Map 3.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. They're showing life. Good Lord, I thought they just got a second score. It was just the EMPs coming back in. But Houston Spartans are on the attack. They are on this busted plane side. Somebody shooting just beams over there. Zerk's going to be able to find two. Hunt also able to find two, and the attack is on now. Big win there from Zerch. Not going to be able to find the second as Massacre cleans him up. Sunset looking to push up, get a little foothold here. Manages to find one. Gets tagged from that pop-up. Not able to finds a couple shots on the Massacre. Not able to find anything major. A couple more shots. Just peppering him, you know? A little seasoning. Zerk's going to be able to find some more shots into him. Somehow Massacre is still up. This guy is goated with the sauce, I guess. But lots of red in that kill feed. For those of you just joining us, one Myst is red this game, and Houston Spartans is blue. Sunset, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's a little bit questionable. I mean, maybe thinking they have a timing there, but very obviously they do not. As now looking the other way with it. One Myst. Apologies, Houston Spartans. Man, that color thing is gonna throw me this game. I apologize, but big attack mounting towards this A side. Still looking in there. Massacre going huge and getting two. Sparky traded down as well. Just one more to find, and they don't even need to. Houston Spartans, they'll get it on the board. Zerk's able to clean up the spawn at least, but with the device spawning towards that bottom side of the map. Sort of a 50-50 reset right now. He's off the break once again. Massacre able to find two. Sparky and Hunt, though, responding with two of their own. Now, you got to be really careful towards B. You're spawning all the way towards P3 right now. But Houston Spartans don't quite realize it. They can't make that run. Sunset going to make it 4 on the life as well. Houston Spartans looking to get another one on the board here.
Yeah, this map's definitely a tough one to break through, and no progress on the EMP. Massacre instantly grabs it. Oh my god. That thing is... Dude, the Jaeger is disgusting. And this is going to be a second cap for Houston Spartans, making it 2-1. Massacre taking a little bit of an odd route here, but manages to find it. Sparky is going to be able to find the trade, but Echo in the spawn causing problems. Here comes the cycle. Here comes the relay, and that dunk is not going to come in. Only barely. Elixir able to find that one. This dunk should go in now. For some reason, Hunt didn't chow that.
Throw a nade, chow it, something. I mean, Houston Spartans, they find the chain. They get the opportunity. As Echo, Massacre, and Skill going to get one apiece. They got to be really careful. Sparky, that last player up, was able to find that device carrier. That'll slow things down enough for the rest of the team to get into positions, but they lose the second wave of spawners as well. Elixir and Massacre finding those two again, though. Look at Massacre, gonna make it 6 on the life, almost 7. Another point on the board, make it, why not? End out the half early, Houston Spartans. They get 4, and they're looking now to close out this map.
Yeah, that was... that was rough for one Myst, for sure. They're on the arguably the better sided map, and just not able to get anything rolling there.
Feels like the momentum secured in the favor of Houston Spartans, at least for now. Off the break, though, feels like you've got to make an impact and fast. One of the opportunities we see a lot of teams exploiting is just immediately at the start of these halves. If they have a set play in mind, now's the time to whip it out. But both of these teams within 3 points of each other still could be anyone's map, but Houston Spartans poised to close.
Yeah, Massacre going to open us up with one. Elixir going to find one of his own. But Zerks, once again, answers with a 2-piece to even things up. Echo.
What is the communication right now? What did I just watch out of Sparky? They just walked right around Echo, killed his teammate, and they still didn't turn.
Yeah, I don't know. But Sparky doing his best. Zerks. How is he not dead?
I don't know.
There's so many
Wait, hold on. It's almost a point on the board there as well.
Looks like it might actually end up being a point on the board as they're able to clean that up, and that is going to be a 4-point lead for the side of Houston Spartans. They're coming out crying. Oh my god, Elixir. What? Echo is died. Oh, holy smokes. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to say.
This second half is just different. I will say, a couple of awkward defensive plays from the entirety of One Myst, but I want to highlight a couple of just awkward routes Hunt's been trying to take in crunch time. Sometimes you just gotta make the simple kill happen instead of getting fancy. And so far, that's what we've seen Houston Spartans do so well.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of getting this device into the mid area or having Paulo just come in and disrupt their whole spawn system. But it looks like that device is not going to rotate mid. There's still a player there, not going to be able to find him. One Myst able to shut that push down for the time being. Haven't picked up the device, though. It's still looming, very close, but they are just defending it, waiting for the reset. And there it is. It will come in, going back over to that mid-lane area. This is not looking good for One Myst.
Well, look at Echo all the way in the back as well. Gets a second one. Where do they spawn is the question, and can you capitalize? As finally, one found, one still to go in the spawns. It's Elixir now with an opportunity, but the rest of the team falling on the front end. You need to put both halves together, it feels like. You need spawn control and kills on the front end on this Scar to really get a point on the board. Once you do get that spawn control, though, I mean, we've seen it at Houston Spartans. They're just able to run away with it. Opportunity for Hunt in the back. Sparky tries to follow up. Just nothing found. It feels like none of these attacks have been really that dangerous so far in this second half out of One Myst.
No, it does not, and it feels like they're almost playing broken Call of Duty where they're chasing, not able to find anything. And it looks like Houston Spartans are just going to opt to waste a little bit of time here. That player does get picked up. This could get kind of shaky here if Houston Spartans don't turn and burn, which they're not going to be able to. Oh, okay. I spoke too soon. Elixir is able to pop too, and that ball is going to reset. Just over a minute and a half left to play. We're almost at that mathematically impossible point. Ball takes what, 15 seconds to spawn? 10 seconds to spawn?
Spawns immediately, unlocks, I believe, in 15 seconds, yeah. But, I mean, that's assuming that Houston Spartans turn all their monitors off, and that looks like not the case. If they get another one on the board, that one, at the very least, guarantees to put it out of reach. Houston Spartans, they'll make their way into Champs Sunday. Not the way they were hoping for. It's in through losers, but they'll take anything they can get. One Myst. They brought a lot to this series, but just consistently, it felt like they were 1 or 2 steps behind.
Yeah, for sure it did. Every map, it seems like you had moments of greatness, but you just couldn't piece it together to make a full map, and that's really what it looks like it takes to take down Houston Spartans. Echo still not letting them gain any ground. This is a matter of pride for them. Sunset going to fall, not able to find that one. They are looking to make a statement, or they're just looking to burn time, one of the two. Either way, 30 seconds remain. Not a hope in hell that One Myst come back from this. At this point, they're just playing for pride. I tip it, gentlemen. 15 seconds left. GG's.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's a great series that we saw, but One Myst, I think, consistently. I think they played well as a unit. They played pretty even. I don't think there was any massive standout performances in any of those games. I don't think any of them played bad, but Houston Spartans just played better. They'll take a 6-1 win in that overload and a 3-0 win in the series. That's a big opportunity now as they get to that Champs Sunday. I mean, yeah, it's interesting to see, how the teams have sort of changed a lot in between seasons, but it's that team that's been together the longest that finds a lot of that consistency and makes it to Champ Sunday.
Yeah, no, Houston Spartans look great.